Hey guys, I'm Paul Ponder with GTO Good Old Boys, and we got a podcast that we're going to be proud of. We got Miss Susan Carothers here with us, and she's got the beautiful smile that everybody's going to love. And so what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the Unified Pros tournament coming up in October of 25. Is that right?
Yeah. So just about a year away. I mean, today's
right.
October 1st. So
exactly.
1 year away.
Buddy, that's going to be exciting. And Miss Carothers here, she does not have anything to do. I'm going to let her explain what she does, and y'all listen real close because I want the truth coming out, and you'll see that this is not biased in any way as far as toward the fishermen. And the state of Alabama is really stepping up to the plate, and it's going to be a tournament that's going to be talked about all over the United States. So, Susan, take it away and tell us about it.
Okay. Well, I think what Paul was about to say is I don't have anything to do with fishing, because when I walked in here to this beautiful new store this morning, I said, no, we are clear. You're not asking me any questions about fishing.
That's correct.
I mean, if you give me a cane pole and a pink worm, I'm okay.
You're ready.
But this is some real stuff in here.
Okay.
So anyway, nothing to do with fishing. But yeah, let me just kind of give you a little background. I think I can answer some questions and clear some things up. Like I said, nothing to do with the fishing world. Haven't come out of any league. Don't have any background in bass fishing. No family in bass fishing. Actually live in Montgomery, Alabama. Run a communications and event firm there. I think that's why I was pulled in to be the director of communications for Unified Pros. So Unified Pros is a parent organization. And we can talk a little bit about the ultimate goal of Unified Pros. Okay. That's a little bit more of a long game. What we are working on immediately is this Ultimate Angler Bass Fishing Tournament next October, like you mentioned, here on beautiful Lake Guntersville. We are gonna, the launch site's here at Goose Pond. I mean, a stone's throw from your new store. Right. So that's going to be awesome. I mean, beautiful view here. It's this lake is unbelievably beautiful. Every time I come up here, I just,
well, you need to move up here.
Maybe so. Yeah. Okay. Would you give me a job here? Maybe I could learn
right. I would.
Fishing.
You can learn. We'll teach you about the fishing.
I love it. Anyway, so basically the background on the Ultimate Angler Fishing Tournament is that the state of Alabama got a hold of this idea, or they heard about this idea, I'll say, and they are so supportive of it that they actually put it into the state budget. Wow. So, I mean, this is locked in. $1.6 million is in the Alabama state budget to pull this off. I think that they liked it because, obviously the Department of Conservation is actually the one who the funding is coming through. I know that's a really big topic up here. Right. Obviously we got to focus on conservation if we want the future generations to enjoy the lake and enjoy bass fishing.
Yes.
Also tourism. I mean, I think a tournament this big, assuming the success that we think it's going to have, it's going to be huge for, not just this Lake Guntersville area, Huntsville, the entire region of North Alabama is going to benefit from the tourism dollars that are going to be brought in. $1.6 million in the state budget. Obviously, some of that money, we got to operate the tournament, but $1.3 million of it is committed as payouts to the anglers.
Wow.
Winners. Yeah. So $500,000 for first place all the way down. And you can see this on our website, ultimateangler.org, all the way down. 100th place gets $1,000. So, I mean, there's a lot of winners here. And
100th place gets
all the way down. Check it out on the website.
Wow.
So, and obviously I know, and what I've learned about bass fishing is it's an expensive sport to be in. I know that bass anglers, fishermen have to put a lot of money in, travel. I was just talking to somebody about how expensive a bass boat is these days.
Exactly. That's correct.
So a lot of money that these anglers have to pay in to even participate in something like this. So, that payout's important. The only thing that I want to make sure is clear, and I won't say, if there's a catch, this is it. And it's that you've got to be a member of Unified Pros before you fish a qualifying tournament and play. So those qualifying tournaments are listed on the website, but you got to join Unified Pros.
And how much does that cost?
It's $500. It's
a year.
It's a year. It's an annual membership. But again, if you remember, I said all the way down to 100th place
gets $1,000.
So you double your money.
Correct.
Even if you come in 100th place.
There you go. If you qualify for the tournament.
Correct. So you got to be a member. Go ahead and sign up. Like we said, we're 1 year out. So if if you join in October, you're still a member through next October.
Right.
So that'd qualify you.
All right. What if somebody joined in June? Would it go from June to June?
Correct.
Okay. So you're not going to prorate anything to get it to where everybody's paying at the same time.
Well, that isn't the plan right now. But, and I was telling one of your colleagues here, this is brand new. And whenever anything is brand new, especially something as big as this is going to be.
This is huge, guys.
It's huge. And I'm just going to go ahead and own the fact that some of this, we're figuring this out as we go. So, if there's some things like that we start getting feedback on that we need to make adjustments on, we're open to that.
Well, how much more honest can you be?
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I like about it.
Anytime, and I do this a lot with other clients of mine, but anytime you start something new, there's just some natural skepticism. I get it. I'm skeptical of things too.
Well, you've got to be in today's time.
Well, and when there's money involved, and
yes.
it's your own money.
Yes.
So I get it. I just, I'm really wanting to get that message out, and Unified Pros, everybody that's involved, we want to get that message out that the money's there. It's in the state budget. I mean, when something's in the state budget, you got to do it right. We got to handle it right. So that money's there. Just to, I meant to say this earlier, but, sort of as an illustration, it's a lot like the Masters tournament in golf, where you have to, you got to obviously be a member of the PGA. You got to qualify through one of their qualifying golf tournaments to make it to the Masters, be invited to the Masters. And it's just the same thing with this. And, I think the, original idea is that there really wasn't a true world championship of bass fishing.
Right.
A lot of the leagues, obviously, and I'm preaching to the choir here, but a lot of the leagues have their own championships, but there's never a real opportunity for those champions to compete against each other.
Correct.
And that's what this is going to provide. And the state of Alabama jumped all over it. So
I'm telling you, they made a wise decision for this right here.
Well, it's a win-win for everybody.
Right.
Like we
and
said,
you don't have to be a pro.
You don't have to be a pro. That's right. Yeah. We've actually already got several college anglers that have qualified. So, it's just really neat. It's
Is there going to be a cap to it?
Up to the number that can qualify? That's a great question. I don't know the answer to that. I know our original goal was to have 5,000 members of Unified Pros. Now that doesn't mean 5,000 anglers. There are some opportunities for, businesses and people to be partners in conservation.
Which that's what we're going to do.
Good. Perfect. Cause there's some advertising that we're planning to do, or sponsorships of the tournament in exchange for some of that. But, I don't know. Is there a max to the number that can launch out here?
250.
All right. Well, maybe that's the cap.
That's 250 boats.
Oh, gotcha.
So,
okay.
If you've got 2 to a boat, you got 500 anglers.
Well, there you go. Well, maybe that'll be the cap. I think we'd take as many as we can take.
That sounds like a winner to me.
Yeah.
And so that's very, very exciting that somebody like me could qualify and fish against somebody like Chris Lane.
That's exactly right. And potentially win $500,000.
Yeah, I'd kick his tail, but that's beside the point.
I'm not going to tell him you said that.
Okay, don't do it. It might hurt his feelings.
Right. I know. Yeah, we got to worry about his feelings.
That's right. Okay, where else are you going with this?
Well, okay, let me talk to you a little bit. So what we just covered is the Ultimate Angler World Championship Bass Fishing Tournament. Let me go back and talk about that parent organization, Unified Pros.
Okay.
And that's more of a long game. So Unified Pros potentially is going to be much bigger than just this one tournament. This would be a tournament that falls under Unified Pros. And let me just to clarify, because I want to make sure all this is really clear, because I understand it can be confusing. When you sign up, you're actually signing up to be a member of Unified Pros. That's the organization. And then you get to fish the Ultimate Angler. So Unified Pros is this membership organization that, not only will it put on the Ultimate Angler, potentially other similar tournaments in other states. We've actually got some other states that have already reached out who have seen what's going on here in Alabama. Seen how it's a win-win, and they might want to do similar things in their states. Now, just to be clear, kind of like the Masters is always in Augusta, the Ultimate Angler is always going to be here at Lake Guntersville. This is the bass fishing capital of the world. It's not moving around. That's where this tournament's going to be. But I think these other states are just seeing that if they put a little investment in their state budget, they can do some big fishing tournaments. And this is there's a lot of money in this industry. So
exactly, they are. Keep
going back. Win-win all around. Anyway, back to Unified Pros. So ultimately, Unified Pros is not just going to be about bass fishing. We are in the process of building the Unified Pros board, and several of our board members are already happen to all be retired at this point, but retired athletes from other major sports.
Wow.
So,
Baseball.
We got
football.
baseball. We've got football. We've got the PGA golf.
And you're talking about professionals.
Yes.
NFL.
The NFL, PGA, MLB. That's right. So
Wow.
we've already got those 3 lined up. We actually just locked in a lady who there'll be a press release coming out soon. She is the former head of the NBA Players Association.
Wow.
So we've got these really strong contacts with these other professional sports. And this is when sort of the name Unified Pros starts to make sense, because the ultimate goal there is to do, and all of this is not for profit. It's all 501c6.
Okay.
It's all in the name of conservation. But besides these, like the World Championship and maybe potentially tournaments in other states, we'd like to put on tournaments where we put, let's say, professional baseball players in boats with professional fishermen for charity.
Good.
It's a really cool idea. You know, we have realized that professional athletes from all sports in their off season, whether it be retirement or just the off season from their sport, I mean, these are naturally competitive people.
Yeah.
And
now that's what competition's about.
Right. And they are so interested in the outdoors, because I've talked to some of these guys and they say, you know, fishing, hiking, hunting, these things they're not hard on their bodies.
Right.
If they're in the sport that, you know, they can go out and fish. They love being outside, but then they can also sort of scratch that itch of competition even in the off season.
That's right.
So,
enjoying something
that's right.
that's not as bad on your body.
Correct. Yeah. And then especially in retirement, that even works too. I mean, you know, there's really not you can't play in the NFL on up into the later years of life.
That's right.
But you can bass fish.
That for long
time.
Till the Lord calls you home.
Amen. That's right. So that's sort of the long game with Unified Pros. And then again, you know, the Ultimate Angler is really our first big thing we're going to pull off.
What's exciting to me is the anglers getting a chance to earn money like they should, like a professional baseball player.
Exactly.
You know, compared to a professional angler or the NFL or we'll even go soccer and NBA. You know, there's no comparison.
There is no comparison.
And it's about time for the anglers to get stepped up to their level.
Well, you're exactly right. And, you know, that's true. You know, we compare it to the Masters and PGA golf, but even there, I mean, there's huge money to be made there. Just a higher profile. I mean, these guys, the golfers are just more household names and celebrities, and it's time for bass fishing. And that's what the people who started this, that's the goal. It's to elevate the sport of bass fishing. So again, you know, where's the problem?
Exactly. There's not. People can get excited about it. I can even get chill bumps, you know,
well,
I have to rub them off.
Good.
And,
love it.
So it's going to tickle me to stand out there and see somebody that you know, is not a pro, that's got qualified, and then he wins $500,000 fishing.
Yeah.
And he's going to be squalling.
And then
because that's a life changer.
It is life changing, and he's crowned the world champion of bass fishing.
Quote world.
Right. Bragging rights. I have learned, since I've been new to this that, you know, like I said, this is the bass fishing capital of the world, but I mean, there's even professional bass fishing in a few other countries.
That's exactly right. And there's more countries than what you think.
That's right.
And so that's what's amazing to fishing, because you can bring family into it. You can bring your friends into it.
Right.
You can do it competitively. You can do it for fun. You can raise your family fishing.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, as far as I've seen with the kids in high school fishing and stuff, they are really raised with respect.
You know, that is so true. Since I am new to this sport, one thing that has been a very pleasant surprise, and I have a background in athletics, and I'm not an athlete. I'm sure you're shocked. Not an athlete, but just some other things. And I've done some sports broadcasting. But this sport in particular, it kind of warms my heart how family oriented it is.
It is.
I just keep getting that more and more of that. And that's something that, of course, there are fantastic people in all sports.
You're right.
But as far as a culture, I guess I'll call it, this bass fishing culture is truly family oriented.
It is.
And it's heartwarming to be around.
What we always say is family, fun. How do we say that? Friends, family, fishing is fun.
I love it. Perfect.
So we do that a lot, and you know, we promote the people to come in and with their family, just like I brought the family over here to introduce to you.
That's
you know,
right.
And that's the first time they've been in here since we've owned it. So I just think that the more people you can bring together, and I don't have to be kin to you to be called part of the family.
Amen.
And
that's
so
right.
that's what we want people
Chosen
out there
family.
to say. Exactly. The GTO family, the ones that they know when they come in this house, they're going to be they're going to be put on a pedestal.
Yeah. Well, just watching you, I mean, since I've been here, of course, this is your opening day. First time I've met you, first time I've been in here. Everybody that comes in here knows you, and you get up and hug. You hugged me when we first met.
Exactly.
So I think it is a family.
Well, it is. And we want that to get across to people, and that we do care.
Yeah.
We do care. And if there's anything we can do to help them with, we'd be glad to help them.
Well, I believe it.
But the Unified Pros is something that's going to be just, it's going to knock it out of the park.
Well, I hope so. I hope that, I know there's a lot to explain here. People are skeptical, obviously. But I hope maybe I've explained some of it, kind of answered some questions.
I believe you have.
And since you gave me the F's of family, fishing, and fun and all that, I will say one thing that we've been saying about the Ultimate Angler, it's the 3 C's, and it is conservation, competition, and cash.
Okay, that's it. That's it.
That's what we're focusing on.
That sounds great. And saying that, I guess you're ready to get back to Montgomery.
I guess so. I'm going to hit the road and get back down there. Before I do, though, I just do want to point out, because we want to invite everybody, and this is going to be right here. I mean, literally out your back door.
Right.
We're doing a press conference on October 22nd. Right here at the launch site for the tournament, right at Goose Pond, next door to this new location that we're in. And this is where we're really going, you know, we've been promoting ourselves to anglers and trying to get people to register. We're going to start really pushing this out to the general media, the press. We're going to have Lieutenant Governor Will Ainsworth is going to speak. He's heavily involved in that up here from this area.
Big conservationist.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Senate Majority Leader Steve Livingston.
Same.
He's been very instrumental. He's going to speak. The Secretary of Conservation for the state of Alabama, Chris Blankenship, is going to be up here to speak. And then, Mayor Jim McCamey from Scottsboro. So,
it's going to be a big day.
It's going to be a big day. Obviously, all-star lineup. And again, I just kind of want to reiterate, like, if those people are putting their name on it, this is going to be a success.
That's exactly right. And so
everybody's invited.
That's exactly right. You're going to invite them personally?
Amen. Hey, everybody's invited. October 22nd, right here at GTO, next door, right at the launch site at Goose Pond, 10 a.m. Just come on out and you get to meet all those people and hear what they have to say about the tournament.
And you're going to be treated like family and you're going to walk away with a smile. I'll guarantee you. So y'all get out here and promote this stuff. Y'all get involved in it and get you,
register.
Yeah, get registered.
Yeah.
Pay you $500 so you've got a chance to win $500,000.
That's right. Exactly.
So with saying that, I want to tell everybody thank you so much for watching. Maybe this cleared up the United Professionals or Unified Pros. I'm going to get that right in a minute. It's hard. and I'm sorry. But I'm going to have a follow-up on this to give some ideas on more in depth of the tournament situations. And so that will be coming up in the near future. Like I say, I'll shut up. Thank y'all for tuning in. We love all of you and y'all have a great day.